Hey everybody, it's Angie, and today I'm gonna finish the Facebook questions. It may or may not be a short video. We'll see. I started to answer this in my first video, and I didn't finish it because someone came home. So Tina asked, what is your biggest fear and what are you most looking forward to? And I think to narrow it down, my biggest fear is sleeping too cold. I get very cold when I sleep, and I've had several experiences overnighting in the backcountry where I didn't really sleep and I shivered all night and I was up the whole time, and it was very worrying. So I'm doing what I can to change out my gear and to be prepared as possible for cold nights. That's my biggest fear. And what I'm looking most forward to, I guess of the things that I already know, I'm looking forward to the views. There is nothing like standing in nature in a place where something is just so much bigger than you. It's amazing. And I'm really excited to see all of the different things that I'm going to see. So I'm going to be in the desert for a while though, and I have a feeling that some of the things that I'm looking most forward to seeing aren't going to happen for a while on trail. So just being outside in this incredible, I live in Michigan, which is very different from everything I'm about to walk into. So looking forward to being in nature. Thanks for that. Erin asks, who will I miss more, Bandit or Tilly? And I think if you watched previous videos, you would have met Tilly. She's my cat. She's right there. And Bandit is my partner's dog. And I think, you know, I don't live with Bandit, so I don't see him very much as it is. So I definitely, I don't want to pick a favorite, but it's going to be really hard to leave Tilly for 6 months. I was just away from her for a day and a half, and it was pretty hard. So I'm going to miss them both very much. She also asks, what are your tricks or methods to help overcome the times when you just want to quit? That's a great question, and I've felt even on day hikes the need to just want to stop, but you don't really have that option, I guess. I don't really want it to be an option, so that might help a little bit. I read Pacific Crest Trials, and it's a book by Zach Davis, and that was really helpful. There's a call to action where he says, you know, write down why you want to do this and what will happen if you succeed and what will happen if you fail. And it just makes things a little bit stronger in your mind about why you're doing it, and that's been helpful. Because there's going to be a lot of days when I probably want to quit. I guess to tie in a little bit with Tina's question, another thing that I'm afraid of is that my body's not going to be able to do this. You know, I have had issues with my knees. I'm going to physical therapy for the next 4 weeks, to strengthen the leg muscles around my knees, and I'm having an issue in one of my feet. So I think that's, well, I suppose those are equal concerns, but you know, there's going to be a lot of times when everything hurts really badly. Things aren't comfortable. I won't be clean. And it'll definitely be tough, but it'll be worth it. So remembering why I'm doing it, and trying to stay present in the moment while I'm out there. And I definitely have this, who said this? Who knows, right? I don't remember where I heard this, but don't ever quit on a bad day. I'm going to try to remember that. Don't quit on a bad day, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of tough ones out there. She also asks, is there a certain way you are supposed to go to the bathroom on trail? Yes, there is. There are basic leave no trace principles that we are following. I say we, hikers should follow them if they don't. And so when it comes to going to the bathroom, those are that you should go to bathroom. You should make sure you're 200 feet or more away from the trail or from a water source. If you have to poop, there's that big P word that the Trek folks love so much. You dig a hole, a cat hole. I'll have a trowel. I got the Deuce 2 for Christmas. It's a very lightweight trowel. I'm very excited about it because my other one was so heavy and you had to like crank it open and this is going to be way better. Anyway, you dig a hole and you go in it and then you cover it up. And there's, you know, some people like leave a stick sticking out of it so that as other hikers go through, they don't make the mistake of digging up other hikers' cat holes, things like that. But you pack out all of your paper products. General leave no trace principles are that you leave it better than you found it, so you don't take anything from places, you don't leave anything in places. That's common courtesy. So the world is your oyster, if you will, and yeah, you go outside. Hopefully nobody sees you, but that happens all the time too. So that's what you do when you gotta go to the bathroom. And then Harley says, well, he asks, will I be staying on trail the entire time or will I wander into civilization from time to time? I will definitely be wandering into civilization. I think I'll only have to be on trail at most 6 days before I can get to a resupply town. Again, this is the next thing on my to-do list, is to really map out where I want to send my resupply boxes. I picked them up last week from the post office, starting to dehydrate food and put stuff together for those. So I will go into town to resupply, occasionally to rest, to sleep in a real bed, to take a shower, those kinds of things. So I will not be on trail for the entire time. I will stop in and resupply and rest as needed. And then, thank you, Harley. I think the last question was from Ed Johnson. He says, am I taking any guidebooks? I'm not going to carry any guidebooks with me. I will have an app called Guidebook, and it is, it's incredible. It has so many things, and it's interactive. You know, it's a map that I can use, as well as waypoints, water sources, campsites, road crossings. Just, it lists everything that you'll encounter, and things like water sources, you can click on them and see comments from people to see whether something's bad, dried up, you know, no campsites available, avoid this place, stuff like that. So Guidebook is interactive and kept pretty up to date because a lot of people use it, and I think that's going to be an awesome resource. I haven't decided how I'm going to carry paper maps because I would like to do that, but for now Guidebook is what I'm planning on using, but I'm not going to take a physical guidebook. I did, in preparation for this, use Cicerone's Pacific Crest Trail guidebook. That was the first book that I bought to just sort of take a look through it and get a sense of how and what and where, and that's where I started all of this a long time ago. So not carrying one, but I've definitely gone through them. So thank you for that. The trail is, it's established, right? So with very few exceptions, there will be an established footpath in front of me that I can follow. And while nobody would advise you not to take a map, the trails are relatively obvious on this one. So yeah, I think that was all of the Facebook questions. You know, it's interesting, like I went back and looked at my first video and realized that there were some questions that I didn't talk about as elaborately as I would have liked, or I already have sort of swayed a little bit from that. So I think in the next update, I will update some of the responses that I had. And one of these will be about my own personal safety and some things that I have been taking to get ready for that. So thanks everybody for bearing with me on these relatively long updates, and yeah, I'm getting pretty close. I'm under 50 days. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So pretty soon we won't have stagnant videos of me sitting in a bedroom not doing anything. And I look forward to that. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the YouTube comments and I will do my best to answer them. Thanks everybody.